When designing implant cases in Exocad, you'll sometimes find you are missing the implant system that you need when matching scan bodies. If you find yourself missing the implant system that you're looking for at the Detect Implant Position part of the wizard, in the list of implant systems, you'll find at the top right, Download More Libraries. Go ahead and click that button. And this will open the Exocad Library Manager. And this is a great addition to Exocad where downloading and installing and, importantly, updating and replacing library systems is very easy and straightforward. Go to the filter by partner and you can select the letter of the alphabet that the implant system starts with. In this case, we're just going to look for ELOS. And in the list, we can go to E, we find ELOS, and then go to this button here to expand the list of available libraries. Now, certain brands of library systems will have fewer or more selections here, but what you're looking for is to download analogs for model design and libraries for implant design, and of course, both if you're doing both operations in Exocad. Read through the available options here. Add to download list the items that you want to install. And you'll see them appear in this download list button here. Go ahead and click Go to Download List at the bottom, and then fill out your required information. And go through this list, and you'll note asterisks beside some of these fields. Those are the required fields to fill out. If you wish, you can skip the fields that don't have asterisks on them. Go ahead and agree to the terms, and then click Install Libraries. Now, importantly, something to pay attention to when using this install process, the libraries will download first, and once they're finished downloading, they'll want to install into the software. And when they're installing, you'll be presented with options, and the options will change depending on what you do or do not already have installed. But what these options will deal with is installing over top of existing libraries, replacing existing libraries, only updating portions of those libraries. This is a bit of an important step to avoid conflicts and to avoid kind of a messy library structure where you may end up with a mix of old and new libraries. My recommendation for everyone as a sort of a foolproof option is to always click on the overwrite option. Once the downloads are finished, you'll be presented with this pop-up, and the pop-up will appear or not appear depending on what you do or do not have installed already. In this case, we do already have this library installed, and this is a good example of which option to choose to kind of play it safe. Now, if you update existing libraries, you ideally want to replace the entire thing with the new version. And the reason for this is if you install just the updated components, you can end up with a mixture of old and new library files, which is generally okay, but it can sometimes cause conflicts. So the ideal option to choose is this one here. Install and update all libraries, and you'll note it says update all libraries, delete previous versions, don't ask me again, meaning I'm using the option to just blanket replace all the existing libraries, which relate to this brand only, with the new updated versions. By saying don't ask me again, it's also applying that same answer to any more pop-ups that arrive. So in this case, if it happens again with this other object that's downloading, it'll apply the same answer, meaning it will replace the entire thing with the new version. And then again, it'll replace the entire thing with the new version of this third item that's currently downloading. So this is almost finished, and it just replaced that as well. And then we'll wait until this one finishes here. And we'll go ahead and wait for this install to finish. And it's going to apply that answer. It's going to replace what's there. And then importantly, it notes that you have to restart your software to update the libraries. Exocad always needs to be fully closed and opened again to recognize any new libraries that are installed. We'll go ahead and do this and see our new libraries that we either updated or freshly installed. An important note is any libraries that you find are missing in this Exocad Library Manager, so when you go through that alphabetic list and you can't find a certain brand you're looking for, if you find them elsewhere, if you find Exocad libraries and Exocad analog downloads available on, for example, a manufacturer website, which are not available in this Exocad Library Manager, and you wish to install them manually, you want to go ahead and reach out to your Exocad provider to have that done manually. The manual download and install process sounds like it should be straightforward, but because of kind of differing folder structure, differing naming schemes of those files, and the really crucial importance of where you have to put those files, you want to make sure it's done by your Exocad provider. So reach out to them and they'll be happy to fulfill that for you. Similarly, if you're looking for library systems in 3Shape, 3Shape libraries are basically enabled by 3Shape themselves, and then they become available to activate inside the 3Shape software. So you'll want to reach out to your 3Shape provider and let them know what libraries you need enabled, and they can reach out to 3Shape and have those enabled in your software.